What's up, degenerates? Welcome back to Degeneration Nation, or if you're new here, welcome. Today's video is about yet another frauditor getting owned at a post office, so it got me to thinking, why should I be the only one having fun with this? So I invited my buddy Vilified Freedom to join me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is
I'm retarded. Fucking degenerate.
I decided to do another audit at another post office in my area. It looks like this postmaster is unaware of poster 7 in the rules of regulations
Cause the pot can't call the kettle black
of our building.
Wrong-o.
Stop! There is nothing but severe ridicule beyond this point.
As well as toxic stupidity. You've been warned. And there it is, the infamous poster 7 that frauditors cherry pick to fit their narrative.
You're recording, man.
I beg your pardon?
What are you recording?
Whatever my eyes can see.
You're a douche. That's pretty much it. You're a douche.
For what?
Some B-roll footage that I possibly might publish.
Translation! I'm being antagonistic jackwagon.
I know this video pretty much just started, but already you could tell he's a smug piece of garbage.
I don't want to be recorded.
I beg your pardon?
So I don't want to be recorded.
Then you shouldn't engage somebody within camera then, sir.
No, it shouldn't be a jackwagon in here with the camera from the get-go. I mean, what do you have to prove, little guy?
He has to prove what a cool frauditor he is and boasts about the views and AdSense. You know, the typical frauditor crap.
I'm in public, I can face whatever way I want to.
Well, by that logic, he could punch you in the head. I mean, because he wants to. It's all about decency, but I don't expect you to know anything about that. You know what I'm saying? I bet your butt is incredibly jealous of the crap that pours out of your mouth.
I know I'm not alone in thinking this, but that guy should have punched him in the face.
I do believe it's illegal to record somebody when they don't want to be recorded.
I beg your pardon?
So I do believe it's illegal to record somebody when they don't want to be recorded.
In public?
When they ask you not to.
Yeah, we're in public, sir. Alright.
I'm not a smart man.
Even when he's about to call 911, you still don't have the decency or brains to stop filming this man. Is this really the path you want to stay on?
You engaged me, remember that, alright, sir? Would you say anything about that camera right there?
You mean the security camera that's not all up in my face? That's up in the corner that records everybody 24 hours a day? Nah, that one's okay. It's there for security purposes. I don't agree with your camera.
To be fair, VF, he is a special kind of stupid.
Well, I mean, normally people wouldn't record.
I can record whatever
I
I
mean, you're
want.
recording cameras and all kinds of stuff, you know?
I know, I can record whatever I want.
Okay, so if something ever really happened, I think you'd be one of the suspects that come to.
Yeah, we want them checked out too. You can't put nothing past them. Nothing at all.
Okay.
825 becomes over.
I have no ill will, sir.
The man asked you to stop recording him, and you decided to be a dick and record him anyway. So if anyone has the right for ill will, it's him.
It's the same price, but I'm going to go Cardinal because it's the same price. Yeah. Unless it's a book, audio tapes, cassettes, videotapes, or something that...
And you keep paying him back to him because you're hoping to get more reaction out of him. You're baiting him into the situation. You should be charged for that. You're antagonizing the whole thing.
What's funny is if you were to reverse the situation, I guarantee they would go from 0 to baby in 2 seconds. With Frauditors, it's rules for thee, but not for me.
Hey, you tell me my man does not look like Anderson Silva.
I didn't know who Anderson Silva was, so I looked it up. He's a UFC fighter, and looking at his picture, yeah, he does look like him.
Sir, you're in a federal building.
I beg your pardon, sir?
You are in a federal building.
We're in a government building.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You can't tape anything in here just like that.
I think I can. Did you take a look at your rules and regulations that you guys have over there called Toaster 7? I'd be glad to show you where that is.
Yeah, brains aren't everything. In your case, they're nothing. Can't tell us where your life is headed or what you're going to do or goals or aspirations, but you know where Poster 7 is.
He may know where Poster 7 is, but he doesn't understand it. Otherwise, the idiot would know that they could tell you to stop recording.
This guy is fucking stupid!
So you need to remove the phone because when people are using credit card transactions, they don't want people using the phone when they're doing credit card transactions. Sir?
Then I would advise you guys to, I'm in public. It's your opportunity to try to help them.
Yes, you have the right to attempt to try to help them and keep their information private. However, I am going to try to invade that, so...
What a dope. What a maroon.
Have their things in privacy.
We were told that with credit card transactions, we're not allowed to have a phone.
They're attempting to give them a private place to conduct business. You're the one that's making that not possible. How does that not register inside of that small little brain? Did you not absorb anything in school?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that one, VF.
The directions of where the customers are using their credit card for their own privacy. Thank you.
What would be the difference if I just stared at them with my own eyes, ma'am?
Jasmine, do you have anybody doing pickup today?
Well, the difference is quite obvious, Cupcake. One, your eyes aren't streaming to online, okay? Two, your eyes aren't recording all the numbers to watch later on. Seems pretty simple.
You'd think so, but frauditors are not known for their brains. Otherwise, they would realize they are wasting their lives with this frauditor crap and go get a real job.
The eyes can't... So you guys just want to call the police on the man with the camera?
Yes. Yes, we do. The guy with the camera's a jackwagon that doesn't care what anybody else thinks about anything. So yeah, we want him to go to jail.
You are correct, sir.
Well, you are kind of, invading people's privacy by stuff written on. Like, I got stuff going out to my son right now that you're recording their address. I just don't see what the point is for recording somebody. Why would you want that negative attention to yourself?
You're the one that engaged me, sir.
You're the one that's engaging everybody else by recording people.
You came and talked to me, sir. I was minding my own business.
No, you don't get to have your cake and eat it too, loser. You videotaping is disrupting the public. That's an intrusive thing. You don't have to agree. We all agree.
A frauditor minding his own business? No.
I'm here to get my things and do what I need to do.
What's the point of recording somebody? You don't have to do that.
You engaged me. If you don't want to be on camera, don't come to me,
going
sir.
on, you want to record something, but this stuff is just nonsense, man.
You're the one.
And still he dodges the question. Sir, you approach me. Sir, you approach me. Just tell him the truth. You're a loser trying to disrupt the public for the sake of your own personal profit. That's it. You want to upload it to YouTube, find people to beg from, or hopefully get some kind of Google AdSense revenue. You're a pathetic loser, man. That's it. You're a loser.
And the truth shall set you free.
The one that's making the scene, sir.
You're the one that's creating a scene.
I advise you to just keep your voice down a little bit and let me conduct my business.
I can talk. This is America, right? I got a freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
I told you I do not want to be recorded. I'm sure these people don't want their transactions recorded. I'm sure what you're doing is against the law. So stop.
Okay, so there's rules and regulations over here that allow me to do
It's
this.
common courtesy. Have you not heard of that?
So unfortunately, your feelings
It's a
don't.
common courtesy, man.
Your feelings don't trump my rights.
He doesn't even know what to say. He's like, your feelings don't trip. We're not talking about feelings. We're talking about a common courtesy, a decency line amongst all people that we can all generally agree on. You're out of your element. He's starting to pick away at you and your whole thing's falling apart. You guys crumble so easily. I'll stand for the first meeting. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't. I would love to see things from your point of view, but I can't fit my head that far up my...
You understand me? You little feeling police, you little softy.
Oh, you're calling him a softy? All of this coming from the 2020 beta male champion?
Beta!
It makes me wonder, is there any alpha males among the Frauditors? Because if so, I haven't seen any.
How you doing today, ma'am? Can I get one stamp, please?
Just one?
Yes, ma'am.
Just one stamp. So this whole thing was just a ruse to go in here and to bother everybody, let me guess, so that you can have proof that you conducted some kind of business here after you caused your commotion. Pathetic. Extremely pathetic. What a weak little man.
Not to mention, he probably didn't even need that stamp. Probably has a whole bunch of them at home. He just tried to do this to look good. Epic fail.
Need any money orders, gift cards?
Nope, I just need one stamp, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. For 3 months? I got paid every 3 months.
How's your day going?
Okay, how about yours?
I can't complain.
Of course you can't complain. You get to be a garbage human whose job is to harass and incite people for views and money. You have nothing else going for you, and that is really sad.
That's the fact, Jack!
I appreciate your time and effort.
All right, have a good one.
Softy.
What are you, 12?
How you doing today, sir?
Hello, sir.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
I'm Officer Garcia, badge number 2911.
How you doing today, Mr. Garcia?
Sir. What's going on today?
Just got here filming in a public building, a building that we own, the people.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So what else are you here for?
Doing exactly what I told you, sir. Getting B-roll footage on something that I possibly might publish.
Okay. Are you use the post office at all?
I already conducted my business, and I'm still doing a legal protected constitutional activity right now. So
Okay, so that's fine.
I try to inform the postmaster if you want to come over here, so maybe I can.
Which one is it? Can you just point
the gentleman right over there. I try to inform him that the rules and regulations allow us to. Mr. Garcia, if you want to come over here and I can take a look at that for you.
You mind if I talk to him alone first?
Yeah. What's your purpose? Our constitutional right is our purpose, and if we don't flex our rights, they're going to take it away from us.
You're one of those. But you don't have to impose that on other people who don't want to be filmed.
Then don't engage in me, ma'am. It's
But
very
you're
simple.
filming us.
And if I, ma'am, they're filming you right now. Are you saying anything? That camera right there.
That thing I posted.
You're in a public place. Once you go into a public place, you give up your right to whether or not you choose to be filmed. That's a constitutional right, what he is doing right there.
She has the constitutional right to speak out about it if she chooses to.
No!
Maybe you should have just kept your mouth shut. Of course she has a right to free speech. And just because the guy has the right to videotape doesn't make it decent. And that's the problem. And just because you get loud and talk over everybody else doesn't make you any less of a jackwagon as this pathetic moron over here.
You could definitely tell that guy is a Frauditor groupie.
Okay, can we don't...
You cannot shut her up.
Calm down.
You can't shut her up.
You're trying to shut me up.
I ain't gonna be quiet. I don't have to be quiet. You can't tell me what to do. I don't have to shut my mouth. Y'all are pathetic. You're just as pathetic as Captain whatever his name is. Don't tell me what to do. What's wrong? You had no friends to play with when you was young? I mean, good night. You guys are dumb. Bunch of jackwagons.
I agree. However, if this Frauditor didn't start this, then I don't think any of this would have happened. It's all him. It's their MO.
They're calling the police. The rules and regulations allow me to do this. I'm in public. If you guys don't want to be, don't leave your house.
Congratulations.
If I was
to the both of you.
Hey, sir, can you come talk to me out here real quick?
No, I'm going to stay inside my building, ma'am, sir.
You guys are all about flexing your rights. Nobody ever talks about what happens when you abuse them. And I don't think any of you thought that far ahead. You're too worried about your own profit. Sad, pathetic. Same goes for old boy in line, too.
Sadly enough, VF, they don't believe their actions have consequences, and they are proven time and time again how wrong they are.
I'm going to stand right here, sir. Everyone else is causing a scene. No one's causing a scene about this camera right there and 5 other cameras in here.
We the people put them cameras there. You put those cameras there. We're complaining about your personal camera, not the ones there for everybody's safety. But I guess it's too much for you to process.
Except this gentleman right over here.
Here's the stated purpose of those cameras, man. They let me know what their stated purpose is.
Exactly, it's for security reasons.
And operational issues.
And mine's for security reasons as well,
Okay.
too. I'm just somebody who comes here and try to harm me.
Is your security threatened?
And you're a liar. Why not just stand up for what you believe in if you're not embarrassed of it, coward? Yeah, coward. You're a coward. You're doing it for profit, for YouTube. Just be honest and tell them. It has nothing to do with your safety at all. At all.
Oh, please. None of these jackasses have one honest bone in their body.
We all have a right to speak out.
We do, ma'am. You're absolutely right.
I know I am. I passed 2 bar exams.
And then you should know exactly what I'm doing is exactly right. Illegal protected constitutional activity.
Since when has harassment been a constitutionally protected right? You don't give a rat's ass about rights. You're just there to cause a scene. You're pitiful.
Go, sir.
Body camera rolling, sir?
Yes, it is, sir.
All right. Just had to double check. It looked like you just turned it on.
Everything's fine.
And who cares if he did? What's it matter? Oh, you're just worried about what you can fool you, huh? I don't believe you have an original thought.
If he had an original thought, he'd be dangerous.
Would you mind if I check your ID, sir?
I do not give. I don't have my ID with me, sir.
Can I have your ID? Do you mind if I take down your name then?
No, I don't, sir.
That's fine. I'll do it.
So our supervisor's gonna come and talk.
Can I get your name and badge number, ma'am?
It's right here.
Would you say that to the judge?
No, if she was in court, she'd probably give her name, but this isn't a court, and you're not a judge. You're just a little pipsqueak with a camera.
Or would you, is your name right here?
Yeah, it is.
Your name is right here?
Yep, as Correa. Badge.
Of course, she's known as right here. Well, beautiful is what she goes by in my holler.
Badge 3051, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem.
That wasn't hard, right?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I didn't give it to you guys.
Well, imagine my shock.
All right.
Hey, man, you are in your right, but they just want you to leave. They just want you to leave so don't cause no trouble for nobody.
I haven't done anything,
No,
man.
you didn't do anything. I seen you. You came in right behind me. You didn't do anything.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he didn't do anything at all, except cause a complete disruption and make everybody uncomfortable and cause people to raise their voice, which led to the police getting called. But yeah, he didn't do nothing. Nothing at all.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
But they just want you to, I just don't want you, get in no type of trouble.
No, I don't. And we shouldn't be in trouble for someone filming it like this gentleman over here that wants to call the police on me.
When your brain doesn't filter out bad ideas, Trouble's the only thing that can naturally happen next.
I think his brain is allergic to good ideas.
These guys have guns.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh yeah!
And all I'm doing, ma'am, is just filming. You know what happens sometimes when police get called on us, right?
Right.
You don't understand what happens.
And I love to shop, but I ain't even buying this bull crap.
I think the only ones that believe this bullcrap are him, that woman, and his fanboy.
I guess they don't like it.
That's right, do the walk of shame.
That ain't no walk of shame. You're tripping like you bought shoes from a drug dealer. There ain't nothing wrong with what that man's done. Many of us have done the exact same things. We're tired of people like you.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are getting tired of them. And one day, hopefully soon, this is all gonna blow up in their face.
Walk of shame, sir. That's right. You're the one that called the police and people with guns on someone with a camera.
This guy's a bitch.
But you didn't cause any problems. You was minding your business.
Lady, what's wrong with you? How is putting a camera in everybody's business minding his business? Are you an accomplice here?
Do you see that? You see that? What? This is the guy that called the police on me for just filming. I came in here to buy a stamp.
And yet, even after you bought your stamp, you didn't leave. Imagine that.
Wow. You saw me do a purchase, right?
One individual stamp, which would usually indicate you had one piece of mail to mail, yet you have mailed no mail. So,
I'm afraid what you said there, VF, might be a little too complicated for him to understand.
And then I don't understand why they're racing resources.
Oh, now wait a minute. Who said we was racing resources? We don't never race no resources. You better take it back.
You're still standing here asking me for my name. For what? What have I done to...
You use a cell phone or video camera to create a public disruption. That's what.
What crime have I committed?
I didn't say you did commit a crime, sir.
So then we're...
Get that correct, okay?
Okay. So am I being detained? Am I being detained right now?
No, sir, you are not.
Okay, so then I'm free to go, right?
Yes, you are, sir.
And that means I'm free to stay, right?
I'm sorry?
That means I'm...
And this is how stupid guys like you get yourself into trouble. You don't understand. You're walking yourself into your own problem. You can't get out of your own way. Sad but true.
Am I being detained or am I free to go? Where have I heard that before? Oh right, from sovereign citizens. It seems to me there's not much of a line between frauditors and sov-cits.
You guys are making this way more difficult than it is.
Bullshit alert. Bullshit alert.
Try to show Mr. Garcia in you, sir. Thank you, sir. How about this? You're the postmaster here, sir?
No, sir.
Okay,
but
so...
I want you off the property right now.
Bye, Felicia.
The rules and regulations that I tried to explain to Mr. Garcia and this gentleman that still hasn't stated to me even if he works here. Can I get your name, sir?
I can't tell you my name, sir.
Okay, so then why would I listen to someone that I don't even know that even works here, okay? So first of all, I would like both of you guys to just take 1 minute of your time to take a look at the rules and regulations that Poster 7 has that allows us to do this.
Okay.
So if I can just take for 1 second. Excuse me.
Well, let's stay out here because we're trying to figure out...
No, this is my building. I'm going to go inside of it. You understand me, ma'am?
This guy clearly doesn't have much in the brains department. First, he thinks the building is his, and two, he thinks talking to them like that is gonna go well for him.
Bitch, please.
You have a post box? You came to buy a post stamp? Yeah.
Are you still here? I mean, good night. Thank you for your opinion. Could you please move along now and let the professionals handle this? Have a nice day.
The person that just came out, he works
That
here.
won't identify himself to me.
He's a manager,
Okay.
and he doesn't want you on the property.
If you could just take a look at Poster 7 that allows us, it's the rules and regulations. This is the 4th time we're going to explain it to you.
Hey, stupid. We don't want to be on your camera. Don't care about Poster 7. Poster 7 can go where the sun don't shine. Know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing is that because of the COVID and everything that's going on, the manager here just wants to have everything copacetic and peaceful, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you're saying. You're hot and all, but don't candy coat it for him. Tell him he's causing a disruption. That's what he's doing. Yes, you're allowed to videotape in public. The eyes can't trespass. We've heard it 1,000 times. What does that have to do with the disruption that is going on because of it?
Making a documentary. I don't know what you're doing.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Lie on top of lie on top of lie. Why don't you just tell them the truth? If there's honor in what you do, there should be no problem with you just telling them, hey, I mooch off other people. I cause disruptions and record them to try to profit on YouTube.
There's definitely no honor in what they do. They're just there to incite and harass. It's really sad. Don't you have anything better to do?
Thank you again, sir.
If you can't, there you go, there you go. Here, check out my Instagram stuff.
Take a look at my YouTube channel as well.
All right, send me a message.
I will. I appreciate that, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
That's why he spoke up. Oh, he wasn't. Check out my Instagram. Look at my. You know what? I got a YouTube. I got millions of views. I got thousands of subscribers. And I don't go around telling nobody about it. Ever.
So now I'm still waiting for the supervisor. And what am I waiting them for?
Because he wants to come here and supervise, see what he does.
You won't even need a call and waste
Well,
your...
the thing is, I don't want to go, there's too many people in there right now, so...
Ma'am, you wouldn't need to waste your supervisor's gas and resources to come here.
If you wouldn't be out there causing a disruption in a public place, the supervisor nor these two officers would have to worry about coming out here to check on what's going on. You are the reason. You are the disruption. You are the problem. You are a coward.
And yet he's too stupid to realize it.
Before we leave, I want to get the report number on who called the police. I want that report number on that call. I'll get a FOIA request if I need to, or if you guys can give me that incident report number. You do have that, right?
The what?
The incident report number?
I do have an incident number.
Okay, I'm going to get that before we leave. All right, I'm going to make sure I get that because the person that called the police on me, I might want to press charges on them.
So let me get this straight. Someone called the police on you for being a subhuman jackwagon, and you might want to press charges on them? What kind of lowlife are you? You do realize you're on the losing side of this thing, right? You do realize that we'll have these videos forever that show how stupid you are.
Press charges on the person that called you.
Called the police on you? Yes.
You serious?
Calling the police, wasting resources on someone that has not done anything wrong.
Public disruption.
Right? So therefore, they're coming and taking your time and possibly hurting me. Come on. In the meanwhile, while you guys are getting called out there on me. I've dealt with you guys before. I'm pretty sure you guys know who I am.
All these guys think that they're known. Oh, and I'm sure you know who I am. No, nobody knows you. Nobody cares. You could have thousands of subscribers. Nobody knows you. Do you know how many people are in this world?
Today, we are going to learn.
Yep. Right down at booking.
Is there anyone that doesn't think that it's going to be the Frauditor that's going to do the walk of shame?
Can you get the report number while you're waiting?
Would you like a large fry and a Coke with that? I mean, come on.
1, 2, 3. Officers for a man with a camera.
1, 2, 3 law enforcement officers responding to a disruption at the post office because of a jackwagon with a camera. That's what I think you meant to say.
I'm just impressed that he knows how to count.
We got no other things to do in Prince William County, it seems like.
Did he just zoom in on her ass, pervert?
I haven't gave it, sir. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Badge number is 1683. My name is First Sergeant Brad Kavanagh. I work out of the Garfield Station. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Cool. Can you tell me what's going on?
I was doing illegal protected constitution activity. Just out here filming.
And while I was doing so, I caused a disruption inside of the post office, which led to them wanting me removed from the grounds. Tell the whole story.
And don't forget to mention it was your goal from the start. I mean, you frauditors always claim to be truthful, so be a man and admit it.
I had people come up to me and say, why am I filming? I didn't engage them, sir. They engaged me.
Wrong. Now you're lying again. Using that video camera is engaging everybody, the whole audience. Don't act like you didn't do nothing. Of course people are going to approach you when you're putting a video camera on them. I mean, let's be real here.
If you don't mind, sir, I could take a look at the poster 7 that allows me to do this.
Poster 7?
Yes.
Why don't you just explain to me what that is right now before we walk over there?
It allows me to basically film anything in the corridors, walkway entries in the building as well.
Sure, let's go look at it.
All right, I appreciate it. I didn't know why it takes a supervisor for two other people to take a look at it.
See, when you say things like that, you think you're ahead of the conversation. That's a jab at them. Really, it just shows how stupid you are because you caused a disruption. And the officers going in there is only going to cause a further disruption. Something they don't want because they're trying to conduct business here. People need to use this service.
And this is really disgusts me. People wear gloves and they just leave them in the parking lot. Where's our manners at?
Where's our manners at? Boy, you got some nerve. You got some nerve.
Wow, that's really rich coming from him. I can't believe he said that.
Right over here, sir.
Okay.
These are the rules and regulations of what we're allowed to do. If you want to take a look at poster 7, which allows us, look at the photography and news purposes over there.
Sure. Well, I'm reading it here for you. It says that photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. So based off of that first paragraph, it says it has to be for news purposes or auditoriums when used for public meetings. And the catch is, it says, unless prohibited by official signs, security force personnel, or other authorized personnel. Now, I'll check with the postal inspector, but I'm pretty sure he's going to meet that definition of other authorized personnel.
All right, so authorized personnel and all that, that's being like, I can't film behind those doors.
No, it's not saying who you can't film.
Okay.
It's saying photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrance lobbies, except where it's meaning you can take the pictures, except where it's saying
I cannot.
Correct, by either a sign, a security force, or another authorized personnel. So a sign can tell you you're not allowed to take photographs on this property. An authorized personnel can tell you that, or a security force.
Okay, and the reason why I'm still going to stay in here and take pictures is because those policies don't trump my First Amendment.
Oh, wait a minute. Poster 7 was supposed to have all your answers. What happened, Bubba? Things don't seem to be going so well for you. Now, if we could just pass the word on to the rest of the idiots.
The First Amendment allows me. I'm the freedom of the press. I'm allowed to, in public, videotape wherever I want, okay? Unless I am trespassing. The eyes cannot trespass. So
where does the limit extend to?
Of me filming?
What if it was after hours?
Of course not. But we're still in hours here, sir. I mean, the only time I would not be allowed in here is if they're closed.
Well, I'm not going to get into a debate over what the First Amendment allows or doesn't. That's kind of up to the courts. I'm going to go after what their posted sign here says on their property.
Okay, so
which
then
says that another authorized personnel has the authority to tell you that you need to leave or stop photographing.
Okay, so then I'm gonna put you in a very tough situation, sir.
It's not a tough situation. You're the only one who thinks of this as some kind of cloak and dagger. You look foolish. No. You look stupid.
Facts! Then I'll put it this way. I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm done talking.
You don't plead the fifth? We're not in court. You're a special kind of dumb.
The dude thinks he's in charge. I say he's 2 cheeseburgers short of a Happy Meal.
We all know where he got this behavior. And he's putting his arms like he's making some kind of stand, like you know who. Because we know who you're copying. Okay? You look dumb. You're the only person taking this the way that you, you're going to look back on this one day and you're going to be like, I can't believe how dumb I was.
Let me go get the postal inspector, because I want to make sure, in accordance with our Commonwealth's attorney policy, that we actually have the property owner and manager in presence. Can you come out here, please, sir? Are you the postal?
Look at him standing there with his arms out. He's like a dog begging for a treat, isn't he?
Yeah, but dogs are a lot smarter than this douchebag.
Postal inspector for the...
No, supervisor, sir.
You're a supervisor. Do we have... Are you the highest ranking supervisor working here right now?
Yeah, the postmaster is in there.
He's what?
He's in there. The postmaster is in there.
Can you have him come out here, please? Just saying you don't have to hold your arms up the whole time if you don't want to.
We got domestic violence and you guys are still here, right? Domestic violence and you guys are still here wasting your resources on me.
It's not wasting resources. You're down here causing a disruption. We pay them to check out disruptions.
The reason they can't answer that domestic violence call is because of you. Your shenanigans are keeping them from real calls. So this is on you, 100%.
Although I'm sure he does. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? My name's Sergeant Brad Cadram of the Prince William County Police. How you doing? We're just trying to stay in accordance with what our Commonwealth's attorney has asked us to do. We read your sign. It was pointed out to us, the rules and regulations stating that filming or photography is allowed unless posted by a sign or a security force or another authorized personnel.
Correct.
I asked for the highest ranking supervisor here in the building. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was told that you guys wanted to have this individual who's not chose to tell us his name identify himself. Is that true? Is that what you would like?
Yes.
To have him leave the property?
Yes.
Is that
So right now you're assessing a trespass. You are telling him to get me off the property.
No, I'm asking him if that's what he wants us to do. Do you not want him trespassed?
No, I don't want him. No trespass. Is that what happened?
Yeah, he was just here filming and then the customers were getting upset.
Yes, I want him to remove.
So you want him trespassed and removed from the property and the curtilage thereof?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right then.
Here we go, sir. This is the option I'm
Okay.
putting you in.
I thought it was the situation you're putting him in. Now it's the option you're putting him in. Let's face it, your memory isn't serving you very well right now. 2, what you're saying is not very important or impressive. You see what I'm saying?
He has no cards left to play. He's gonna have to fold. It's over, Frauditor. You lost. Take your walk of shame like a man.
Well, sir, you've been informed.
I can't trespass a building that I own and you own as well.
I'm just letting you know before we charge you with trespassing that you have been notified by the supervisor. What was your exact title, sir? Acting postmaster of this location. And he has told you he doesn't want you in the building or on the curtilage thereof in the presence of local law enforcement. So we're going to go ahead and do our job as we are instructed to do. You're more than likely to take up this dispute in court, as you'll have a court date, and that's where you can contest based on the ideas that you have. Okay, and whether or not you feel it's a violation of your First Amendment rights, that's what the purpose of the trial is for.
Can I get your name, please?
Sir, I gotta leave the building, please.
Okay, I'm gonna leave, listen to this. I'm gonna leave the building on a threat, but I'm gonna let you know this is a public building. I'm gonna stand right here in public.
Well, I said the curtilage thereof, so it means anywhere it's the curtilage of the property.
So
of the
now
post office.
so you're trespassing me from a public spot.
Yeah, I'll tell you where I can show you where the curtilage ends.
No. I know that's. You know
just
what?
trying to help out.
No, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stay right here, sir. I'm gonna put you guys in this type of situation.
The curtilage.
No, you're not. Where does this make-believe authority and power come from? Some of you guys have literally lost the grip on reality.
Be honest, VF, I don't think he ever had a grip on reality. His parents must be so proud.
I'm not leaving.
So you're refusing to leave after being lawfully told by the property owner in the presence of local law enforcement that you want to stay on the property, is that correct?
Yes.
After having been told by the supervisor of the
To
building.
leave my building, yes.
And by the local law enforcement in their presence. So you want to go ahead and stay here?
Yes.
At this time, you would then be considered trespassing Are you willing to leave the property?
I'm not willing to leave the property,
Are you
sir.
a Virginia resident?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay.
Not willing to leave this property. I'm going to put you in this type of situation.
Since you told me you're a Virginia resident, once we identify you, we can go ahead and release you on a summons.
I'm not.
If you're willing to comply and then leave the building.
I'm not willing to give you my name, sir. I
Okay.
haven't committed a crime.
If you're not willing to stop the act, we'll have to take you into custody and bring you before a magistrate. Do you understand that? Okay. I'll let you set your phone down so it doesn't get damaged at this point.
We'll do it right out here, sir.
Sure, we can do it, sir.
You guys know the rules and regulations. You know this is not right, sir.
Well, I'm acting on...
Remember how I told you no? And that you would be moving? Life doesn't work the way you think it does. It's about time some of y'all learn.
Frauditors will never learn. I can guarantee that he's going to do this again at a different post office or different building, and it'll probably go down the same exact way. I wonder how many times he has to be trespassed before he actually figures out this is not a good idea.
Acting on the rules and regulations as they have posted and as they have...
Listen, when you were an officer, you swore to uphold the Constitution. Is that
That's
correct?
correct.
All three of you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I am doing is not wrong. Now I have to prove a point. Now I'm about to go to jail right now to prove a point.
Bitch, are you dumb, 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 dumb?
At the same time, they have a sign posted, which you referred me to. You're the one who directed me
And
to.
that allows me to do this. You can't trespass somebody from public.
It allows
sir.
you to do it unless restricted by authorized personnel.
I hope law enforcement across the country get to watch this video, rather this one or the original one, to see what this officer has done here. Because I believe this can be done to all the rest of them.
And I truly hope that it happens soon, because these disruptions really are annoying. It's beyond annoying. It's a nuisance.
Here we go. All right. So, I think you guys are putting. Do you want to do this? I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I know you're the head one in charge. Think about this, sir. And this is not a threat.
Thank you, man.
All right. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm outside. I'm gonna walk back in there. All right. And if you guys want to solicit it.
I just want to give you some options, though, because if you want to just record the happenings of the post office, you can stand out there beyond the curtilage.
I'm going to videotape mine and your building and everyone else's building in here. I'm going to go back into my building.
Okay.
All right, sir?
So you're doing this to challenge the legality of their sign they have posted in there? Is that the reason you're doing it?
I'm making sure they know their rules and regulations. I already been here for almost an hour now, and I'm wasting resources like I told you. I just heard on your call there's domestic violence right now, and you guys know it just like I told you guys inside there. Right now, since this quarantine's going on, the biggest calls that you guys are getting, suicides and domestic violence. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at the
Is that right? Majority of the calls. Stop playing with
those,
me. Yes. And where are we at now with me? So how about this,
the problem is, sir, so long as you're on the property and the property owner is wishing that you
What's the difference between that property that's a public property and the property that I own over here?
All right, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Come on, man.
Okay.
We shouldn't have to do it. And what's your name one more time, sir?
First Sergeant Brad Cavender.
We shouldn't do this, sir. I have no ill will, man. I haven't raised my voice. I have done everything to comply with what I'm doing.
This is the last time I'm going to say it. The manager has asked you to leave. He's the supervisor of the post office, the acting postmaster. If you're not willing to leave the curtilage of the building and go onto the public property down there, we're going to have to charge you for trespassing. If you aren't going to provide an ID and refrain from doing the act further,
what is the ID? What is the ID going to do that's going to stop me from going inside this building?
The ID is not going to stop you from doing anything, but it allows us to release you on a summons if you show us that you're a Virginia resident and you're willing to stop the act, as opposed to going to jail.
Yet he's too stupid to understand that he's given him every out. He's just too dumb to take it. He can't find the exit, and there's a neon sign.
Sadly, he still thinks he's going to win this. Poor fool.
That's what the ID does. It's a charge that's releasable on a summons. So if you're willing to show us your ID and no longer be on the property.
Am I detained? Am I being detained?
You're free to leave if you'd like to go.
And that means I'm free to stay.
No, because he's told you have to leave.
You're telling if I'm not being detained.
You're not being detained by the police, but you're not free to be on this property. So you can either comply with the property owner's wishes and leave the property.
No,
or
stop saying sir. State it right.
The property manager, the supervisor of the post.
Our property.
Fine. The supervisor of this piece of property.
Our property.
Okay, well, it's still the supervisor.
And it's mine, yours, his. That young lady that just left here.
At this time, you're under arrest for trespassing. Go ahead.
Thank you for playing I'm a Jackwagon. Alright guys, don't forget to hit that like, don't forget to share it, and subscribe to Generation Nation. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I.
And put your hands behind your back.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Before I end the video, I would like to give big thanks to Vilified Freedom for joining me. Please go and subscribe to his channel. He's got really good content. The link will be in the description. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around. I'm also very interested in what you have to say, so please leave a comment below. Until next time, later days.
Call the police! Call the police!
Oh my god, you don't know you're alive!
You're pulling your gun on me? Hey, he's pulling his gun on me.